It's very weird actually doing post commentary on a video that I actually experienced about a couple minutes ago. But I just got back from League. I do apologize for the autofocus on this camera. But I am going to do the best to explain what was going on. So by request of a couple of people, swung by my local league. xDMV off of TCGO is a guy I met at the pre-release, and I was like, you should come to League next week, we'll play. And his friend Andrew also came along as well. But his friend Andrew happens to have a Heart Gold Soul Silver on deck. I was like, that's cool. It just means I'll have to fight junk arms and stuff. But he's running Reshiboar, I believe, on his end. And I think on my end, I am running a personal favorite that I finally got the chance to build in real life. If I'm not mistaken, it is either me. What is this? I honestly, is this Landorus? I think this is either Landorus or something else. I will determine this on the flip. Yeah, I believe that is a Landorus EX we have in the active spot. That's not too bad for my end. I'm 100% okay with that, with just that thing holding up the fort for one fighting energy and then blowing anything up if it really needs to. So right here, he's going to use an older supporter by the name of Pokemon Collector. You get to search your deck for 3 basic Pokemon, put them in your hand, and then shuffle them. He opts not to put all of them down. I'm looking at the older Vulpix because I know that the Dragon's Exalted one has the same HP, but it does different stuff and all that stuff. So yeah. Shuffles around his deck. We had been playing each other and we basically just were like, you know what, we don't really, when we shuffle out, we're just gonna go ahead and tap. Like, there's no sense in cheating at League whatsoever. There's nothing, any of that. That way, when you shuffle and you draw dead, it is basically your fault. So there's another element of that as to why we don't do that. That, and it just kind of saves a little bit of time in the long run. So he just attaches and passes. That's fine. I'm gonna attach onto the Lando. And I believe so I go for a Skyla. I honestly don't remember a lot of this. I played a lot of games tonight. There was a lot of people. It was a good day to do that. But I am Skyla-ing and I am level balling, and I'm showing him that I'm just going to chain the 2 plays together. If I'm not mistaken, I'm either getting a Trapinch or an Emolga off of this. I believe the play I want to do is to get an Emolga and hopefully hit a switch, and then get another energy on that next turn, so that way I can just load up the bench, 2 Trapinches with 1 call, and then another Trapinch and a Dust Skull on the next call. But for now, I'm going to go for 30 on the Reshiram and 30 on a Pig, and just kind of see how he wants to respond to that. So he's going to draw. The camera is a little off-centered, so we can see more of his side of the field than we can mine, which I suppose is all right. Like I said, it was just kind of an impromptu kind of thing. I got my camera and I got the little mini tripod it was on, and I put it on a board game that was right next to it. And this is like the best angle I could get for it. So you can't actually even really tell that I'm like eating a burger at the same time too. It was lunchtime and I figured I would eat, and none of you guys can say a damn thing about that. That was a damn good burger. So he's P-comming something. I believe he is P-comming the Vulpix that he got off of his collector. Or no, what did he do? You can see what he did. So right there, he Roost revealed. It wasn't really too apparent right there, but you discard a fire energy and you draw 3 cards, which was really good in this back in the day. You'd run the Reshiram, you'd run the Typhlosion, and you would run the Ninetales, or you can run this way. Either or is absolutely fantastic. And he opts to P-com out something he top decked for an Emboar, and the fact that he does the Emboar means that he has the rare candy in hand, which is exactly what he's going to go for. And he's also going to go for a random receiver right here. I was praying he would get an N because my hand is not too strong right now. You could see 1/2 of a legend card in there, which is interesting. It's actually my first time ever fighting against somebody that used a legend card in their deck, but he is in fact running a 1/1 Rayquaza Deoxys line, or rather the kid next to him with the watch, Andrew, is running it because this is his deck. He unfortunately did not have any of his decks. He was missing a few staples for them, but hopefully he has them next week, and I'd love to record some of this stuff. But he goes ahead and ends, which is absolutely fantastic. I didn't really have a lot in my hand. If I remember at the time, it was not too strong of a hand. So we're just kind of ending, shuffling, doing stuff. How many games did I play? I played, I think I played 3 against one kid, and I also played, let me see, I played him twice. I played Andrew 3 times, I think. And then I think I played an older guy once. So I think I played 9 games that night. And this is one of the only ones I recorded. I got to recharge my camera after this. But it's pretty cool. So he PCOM'd out something for Clef. I honestly wasn't paying too much attention there. Because the raw video file for this is like 27 minutes. So I'm speeding it up a little bit. You can more or less tell just based on other cards or the plays that he's making. So he attaches, decides to retreat, and he decides to eke. Now this is a very risky play for him because I do still have 30 damage on that bench Tepig. Now if he wakes up, the Cleffa is vulnerable to the 30 damage that my Landorus will do from a Hammerhead, and the Tepig will also, you know, it's only got 60 HP. So it'll get knocked out. It'll basically set me up for 2 prizes, which is what ends up happening. I top decked a Duskull and a Trapinch right there, so I just, you know, kind of wasted time on the Emolga right there. Now my level balls are for my lower evolutions in case I'm in this situation where I have a Landorus just doing its job and I don't need to bring in Emolga and call for family, so I decided to go for another Trapinch. I don't run any of the middle lines, but I do run 4 candies. So in an ideal situation, I would get 3 Flygons and a Dusknoir up, so it's like, that's alright. I'm going to go for a Colress. I get a nice 8 cards off of that, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle out my deck. I still shuffle like a scrub because, you know, that's kind of a thing that I do. I haven't been playing too long. I haven't really established what's the best way to shuffle quickly and efficiently. So I do get a nice 8 cards off of that. I believe I might have hit a rare candy. I honestly don't remember. Maybe I didn't. I guess I just drop a second energy on that Landorus. I'm just basically doing all the plays I need to before I decide to Hammerhead and take my 2 prizes off of that. But do I go for it? Yeah, I do go for it now. So I got the 30 and the 30. Take myself 2 prizes. I think one of them might have been a Flygon. I'm not 100% on that. But we can see his hand sort of. We can't see my hand too much. I really do need to fix that for next time. So that way we can either see both or not see either one. But I wasn't able to see the screen because it was tilted the exact opposite direction from my eyes. So it's not like I was able to use that like in a cheating position or anything like that. But he puts out an Eviolite, and you can see that he's in a pretty good spot for now. He's got 2 Reshigrams, he's got an Emboar, he's got a Ninetales, so as long as he has fire energies in his hand, he can Roost Reveal. And you can see him thinking about that Fisherman in his hand and whether or not he's going to end up playing it. He decides to hold off because there's not really enough energy in the discard pile to be able to do that anyway. I like being able to see his hand on this because the post commentary makes it a little bit easier to judge what he's going to do as opposed to me just talking about what I barely remember. So it's an interesting perspective. So I think I ended up drawing too much off of that end, which is why I just end up putting it back in the middle. He was pretty cool with that. So I don't know what happened there. That was kind of interesting. I probably did not do that the right way, but I really don't remember what's going on there. So he's ending and stuff. I don't know. This is kind of a slow turn. Stuff kind of got slow near the middle because we chose to talk with the people around us as well. He kind of forgot we were recording at one point because it's actually a really cool game. He does pick up the pace in a little bit, but he's not really, I think he Pokemon collected right there, so he's getting stuff, but he doesn't really have any energy, I believe, as well. I decided to move his prize cards over just so he has room for his bench and stuff. Ordinarily you should probably ask, but it was just like, you know what, it's a league setting, people are chill, they don't really care. Just basically what goes on. That's why I like leagues so much. You meet new people. If you need cards, they are willing to trade you cards. It's fun times. It's why I hype up the tournament and league so highly. It's just an opportunity to meet new people, and it's very cool. So he got the energy retrieval off, and he's going for a junk arm to discard 2 things from his hand in order to get something back from the discard pile. So he's going to discard a Vulpix and I believe a Switch. He was very hesitant about that, just in case, you know, I was going to have a catcher to bring up his Emboar. I'm glad he did get rid of them because that means that I'll just have to end up wasting less catchers to accomplish that goal. But the reason he's pulling the energy out of the discard pile straight, and I felt the need to clarify that, is he was going for the energy retrieval that he just used. So it's like, you know what, I might as well do that. I might as well let everybody know that it's for the energy retrieval. I was kind of confused myself at first, but that's what's going on there. As you can see, he can just Inferno Fandango, and he's also got some stuff ready for himself to be able to Roost Reveal in order for 3 cards. So that's not bad. He puts down the electric. It means he only has to discard... Well, he only had to discard 2 fire energies in the first place. But he gets to hang on to that one in his hand in order to Roost Reveal for next turn in case he needs more draw power. So it is my turn after he attacks me. So I decided to put that to 120. There is a very poorly proxied catcher. I do own 4 catchers. I just do not like alternating them between decks, and catchers are very expensive cards. And seeing as how I run 6 decks at League, only the prettiest one gets to have the catchers, and the rest of them are just like, oh, you know what, whatever. So I just put a regular card, and I put a piece of paper that says catcher over it, and that's fine. So right here, ideal bench setup with 3 trap inches, a Duskull, and that Emolga could be a Landorus. The plans I had previously for it were kind of whatever. I believe I captured up that Embor, and then I also went for a Pokemon Communication, putting back something from my hand and getting something else. I'm really bad with like showing in the front what I did on the playfield. I don't know why I did that, but I blew up that Landorus just to get rid of his energy acceleration for the time being, and then it turns out that he can actually PCOM for another one, I believe, after he Roost Reveals. So he top decks a Rare Candy and an Embor. He said he did top deck. I top decked that. I thought he was bluffing, but those of you that are more perceptive to what cards actually look like just at a glance, he did get him. He did get him off of the top deck of the Roost Reveal. So I could have been in a good position if that didn't happen. For now, he is, I believe, going to Junk Arm for an energy retrieval just to get consistent blue flares. It's a very potent strategy. It was back in the day. It still is to this day. So, well, not really, just because you don't have that. Well, you could run Reshiboar if you really wanted to. I mean, you don't get access to Fisherman, but you now get access to superior energy retrieval starting tomorrow. So it's really not that bad. And I mean, you don't get Junk Arms, but you can also run energy retrievals on top of superior energy retrievals. So you will burn through your deck very quickly, pun moderately intended, but I still think that it could more or less be a possibility. I don't know, maybe I'll look into it. I need more Embors online, I know that for a fact though. But he blue flares for the knockout. I'm totally okay with this because it enables me to just promote my Emolga and then just kind of go for that. I also have a Tropical Beach. It is one of the World Championship ones. So it's got like the signature and stuff on it, but the sleeves and stuff, I really should not be using that particular Tropical Beach with these sleeves because these sleeves are kind of see-through, so I can see the different backing on it. But if it's in my prize cards, I won't draw it first. I really need to put a different card or different backing on that because that just kind of leads for some situations, or I should just switch up these sleeves entirely. But thankfully, it didn't end up being prized. So Tropical Beach is really nice in this deck because when you promote a Flygon, if you're not having a Landorus in the active spot, you literally all you have to do is just promote a Flygon, beach for 7, and then just let it take its course. So I haven't exactly hit any of them yet, but I'm kind of looking at my hand, kind of looking at options, and I did just decide, you know, hey, I don't think he has any other tools, so I'm just going to get rid of the Eviolite on that Reshiram. While I have it, I'm just trying to burn up cards in my hand so I can beach for more at the end of the turn. But I'm computer searching. I'm kind of thinking about what else I want to get rid of. I'm going to get rid of a computer search and a switch. I will kind of regret it if he catches up my Dustnoir and he's looking at my base set computer search. He's wondering why it's not legal. I say it's because it doesn't have the A-spec thing on the side. I just use that as a rather convenient proxy. I think it's pretty cool. It does the exact same thing. It just does not say limit 1 in your deck at all at this time. So I decided to shuffle around a little bit. I don't shuffle too much. It really doesn't matter too much to us in that case. But I'm just going to go ahead and catch her up the Embor just to hopefully get him stuck a little bit. And like I said, burn some more cards out of my hand. And I believe I'm going to beach for either 4 or 3. I really can't tell my hand size. I really should have moved the camera. Once again, I do apologize. This is like my first time recording an actual decent in real life match as opposed to like the pre-release one. But he's gonna hit the switch, go into his Reshiram, and you can best believe that he's got the prep for this. So he can lay down electric energy on that if he wants in order to be able to blue flare, or I don't know what he's gonna go for. I'm looking at his hand and he decides to Junk Arm away a Collector and I think he's probably gonna toss the N just to not help me out. And plus he's a little bit ahead on prizes. I just flashed that in front of the camera because I was trading for a full art Colress as well. I ended up trading a spare set of lasers and a couple of other really remotely small things, and that actually completes a full play set of full art Colresses for us in real life, which is pretty cool. We are, I think, one away from the full art ends, and we do not have like any full art Skyless. I think you can see right there that he got one of the halves of Rayquaza Deoxys Legend, but he is not able to put it down on the bench because he has too much stuff. But he just blue flares and just gets rid of that stuff. So he's very ahead on prizes. I think I've only drawn, actually no, how many I think we're tied, and he just has his arranged differently. Just kidding. So what am I doing here? I haven't really shown what I'm doing. I'm just like arranging stuff. So I Pecom out a Duskull, if I'm not mistaken, and I get myself a Flygon. You better best believe I have the rare candy in my hand, and that's the only reason I Pecom'd for it. So get a Flygon out. Now I get to get the damage counters going. I don't get to shift them yet, but I will not get O-code by a blue flare, and the faster I can get the rest of my Flygons up / a Dusknoir, the better. So I decide to attach a fighting energy to that active Flygon in case I need to switch it out, and I just decide to N in order to get just get myself 3 cards, just kind of rinse out the rest of my hand. I don't really need it. Plus, it enables me to beach for 4 more at the end of the turn, potentially more if I decide to use up some stuff out of it. So I'm shuffling. He's shuffling too. Just kind of show, hey, I'm double tapping on that. We both just decided, you know what, tap it. It's fine. So there's my discard pile, and I get a Lando, and I decide to beach. So I'm gonna get, I think, 4 off of that, and we're putting 10 damage on everything, which is pretty cool. Especially because his bench is maxed out. It means I'm getting 60 just for sitting there and actually not attacking. At the end of his turn, I will get 60 more, which is pretty cool. I think there was already prior damage on something on the bench as well, and that's actually going to come into play in a couple of turns. But right now he is Roost revealing to draw for some extra cards, and he doesn't really hit anything, so he has to pass, and he's moving all the stuff for Sand Slammer. And for now, I rare candy into Dusknoir. It is the first thing I do immediately after drawing, attached to my Landorus, and I am telling him to shift all of the damage counters from Sinister Hand. If you guys have seen how this deck actually works, and he's counting them up to make sure that that's actually a valid play. But I want him to shift all of them onto Emboar in order to knock them out, and that takes me an extra prize without actually ending my turn, which is something I always really liked about this deck. But if I get rid of the Emboar, I get rid of his acceleration, and we're just good to go. But for right here, I am level balling for a Duskull. I was honestly just level balling for the Duskull, I believe, to Pecom for it. I think I do have the Skyla, and I think I'm digging for a Pecom right now. I honestly don't remember if I've used them all up at this point. I figure I can Skyla for something else on the off chance that I have used up all 4. I figure that's my supporter of choice. He's showing me the Rayquaza Deoxys Legend because I have not seen it before. It's not really any harm that he has it in his hand. I think I might have used up all my ends anyway. I don't really understand why he decided to show me that at that point. But that's cool. It's cool. I haven't really seen one before, and I guess I just decided to bench it. I don't really understand why. I think it's probably because I didn't have a Pecom. So I'm super rotting some stuff from my discard pile back right now. I decide I'm gonna go ahead and put back the Landorus and 2 fighting energies, and we'll just get my discard pile all nice and tidied up again. So the play state on my side of the field is looking like a Flygon, a Dusknoir. That's all you really need to go to town right now. Landorus with 1 energy. It happened a little bit late game, but I'm going to beach and put some more damage on everything, and that's just the way it's gonna work out. So I didn't really mind moving all the damage counters onto Emboar right there. Or did I? Because I know people tell me to leave all of them but 1 and then just let Sand Slammer take care of the rest. I honestly didn't really care at that point. It was getting close to the end of the game anyway, so I don't know. It was like the 5th game I took that. That's probably the proper way to play that out. So he has bench space. I believe he's actually going to put down the Rayquaza Deoxys in a little bit. If not this turn, probably the next turn. But he's junk arming out 2 random receivers. I think this is going to be for an energy retrieval. Oh, it's for switch. Is it for Switch? Yeah, it's for Switch. So, Junkrum's for Switch, brings in the Rayquaza that actually has... Not the Rayquaza, what the shit? That is a Reshiram. Let's calm down. But, goes ahead and brings in the Reshiram, and I believe just Outrages, which is kind of anticlimactic. I think he has a Fire Energy underneath that as well. But I Rare Candy up into a second Flygon, and is there anything else I really need to do right now? I think I just need to just sit in here and pass. I'm feeling pretty good about my current position. If I could get that third Flygon up, I'd be golden. This desperately needed to happen a couple turns ago, though. The fact that this is happening late game is not my thing. But the Embor's gone, so that's cool. I see 3 Reshirams, and I believe 2 Ninetales. I'm telling him to shift all of the damage counters onto the Ninetales. All of them except for 1, I believe. No? Is that all of them? All of them except for 1 onto the Ninetales. And then that knocks it out. So I got 1 prize left, and he decides, hey, now's a good opportunity to set down Rayquaza, Deoxys Legend. And... or did he? I don't remember. I don't know what's going on here. Is he setting it down? Whatever. Oh, that's right. He thought it was his turn, so he set it down, and I was like, oh, no, all I did was Sand Slammer. I didn't, or I Sinister Handed. I didn't Sand Slammer. So I catch her up the Reshiram that doesn't have any energy on it. I got confused there a little bit. I'm sorry. Let me see what else is going on. And I think, did I pass from here? I think I passed from here, but I forgot to Sand Slammer on this turn, so I tell him to just put 2 on everything at the end of the turn. It doesn't make that big of a difference. What is going on right here, though? He doesn't have any energy acceleration, and he just decides to Roost Reveal the rest of his deck. So unless I can knock out something on his side of the field, he's going to lose to deck out. And I say, no, that is not the proper way to do that. I am just going to, in case you haven't been keeping track on that Landorus on the bench, I have another Fighting Energy in hand, so I believe I'm just going to shift all the things onto the... Oh, no, never mind. I guess I just shifted everything onto the Ninetales, and then that's actually the knockout. So, that was a moderately close game. I think it came down to, like, 1 or 2 prizes at the end. I really enjoyed it. I got a couple of people I can definitely play against next week as well. I probably need to bring different cameras slash, I don't know, maybe buy a spare battery or something like that, because I only had, like, enough battery to record like 3 games, and this is probably the best one of the 3. So it was pretty cool. It's worth mentioning that the game he played me beforehand was my Gallade Gardevoir versus his Klinklang deck. 3 of my Ralts ended up being prized. It was not pretty. It was just me flopping around until he took all 6 prizes. It was pretty nasty. But that's it. I honestly hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't really do that too often. I'll probably get the opportunity to do that maybe once, twice a week tops. And I've only got like 6 decks in real life, which is the thing you guys have to keep in mind. So if and when you guys do see me upload in real life, there's not going to be a whole lot of variety like there is TCGO. So just bear that in mind. But if you guys don't mind the different charm of the in real life things, I'd be happy to upload some more. So that'll do it. If you guys liked it, you can definitely leave a like rating, comment, and subscribe, and do your thing. And that should do it for me. I don't think I'm going to upload this tonight. I'm probably going to upload this. I'm recording this on Tuesday night. I'll probably upload this. Hell, I'll probably upload this tomorrow morning. That way you guys get 2 videos. Cool? Cool. See ya.